It's been 2 years since Robert's rebellion ended, and here stands Eddark Stark, Lord of Winterfell. None know the pain of loss more than Ned, and now he must rule over the North alone. Here his story begins in earnest. Hey everyone, it's Surreal. Welcome to a Game of Thrones for Crusader Kings 3. I'm playing a roleplay campaign as Eddark Stark. Instead of trying to paint the map, I'm going to interact with our vassals, live out the life of Ned, and see what happens in the Seven Kingdoms, while trying to make decisions from his perspective too. We'll spend time visiting our bannermen, arranging marriages that make sense, and even dealing with the consequences of unskilled vassals. In fact, I also have a link down below to a spreadsheet. In it, I'm going to keep track of every ruler we have. When we have more than one ruler, I'll have an overview tab added that shows everyone's timeline all put together. I think this will be a fantastic way to review each chapter of our story, and you can check it out down below in our video description. Of course, if you would like to use the same mods I'm using, I do have a link to my workshop collection down below. If there's any future updates, I can't say that everything will still work, but as of right now, that will be the collection I'm using. Also, if you leave a comment in character so when providing counsel to Ned, your character and comment may be featured in our following chapter. And finally, make sure to check out my second channel, the Surreal Sanctum, for RPG series like Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader and Baldur's Gate 3. Now without further ado, let's dive into our story. The year is 284. Robert's rebellion is over. We have a period of peace. Lord Eddark Stark is only 21 years old. His wife, Caitlin, 19 years old. They have one child together, Robb Stark. And of course, he's got Jon Snow. I used to think of Eddard to be a man of only pride and honor, but I don't believe so anymore. In fact, it was Eddard who had certain views of Barristan Selmy for only caring about honor. Instead, Eddard, while he is an honorable man, there's one action he could not condone: the murder of children. Think about every pivotal event, everything he's seen. It's all revolving around either the murder or attempted murder of children. What would happen to Dany if he did not oppose her assassination? What happened to, of course, the children of Rhaegar, and so on and so on. And so, because of that one action that he could not condone, it led to his own demise, which is unfortunate. However, I wonder how things might turn out now. We can have a look around our lands. I've pinned many characters that we want to watch out for. House Forrester, maybe they'll have a better life today. And down over here, the Barrowlands, Barbary, unfortunately, your husband died whenever joining Eddard over to the Tower of Joy. He was one of the 6 companions who joined him, but of course, there were only 2 survivors, Reed and of course, Eddard. And also Bethany, she's married to Roose Bolton. I feel bad for her. Yeah, we can just mourn her passing already, I think. There's Roderick. Roderick of the Rills, but not the Roderick I want to look at right now. In fact, we have a slightly different one. I gave him a title too. There he is, Roderick Castle, 30 years old. Look at those mutton chops. Captain of the Whiskers. His successor, Hodor, is actually quite mighty, quite strong. We'll watch out for him. Hopefully he'll be able to survive for a very long time. For our special group over here, we've got Winter Wolves. They're very mighty. I mean, look at where they excel. Everywhere where we live, we don't really want to go to the deserts. I doubt we'll ever make it down there. The frozen flats and all of that up north, that would be quite difficult. And maybe in time, if everything goes well, we could move beyond the wall. We could clean things up a little bit. That would be quite the expedition, but maybe it's a possibility that we could indulge in. But for right now, we get to, again, steward over our land. One that has peace for a bit of time. That may change. We want to teach our children quite well. We want to have more children. And right now, we've got one holding we need to give away. In fact, I may even give away 2 over to Benjen Stark, who has not joined the Night's Watch. And maybe he'll even get married too. There isn't really a place for him right now because Eddard is here, but we're going to find one for him. We need to rebuild our family. House Stark, they need to grow in size right now. Let's have a look at our council. We've got Walton, the father of Hodor in our storyline. He's a strong fellow. He's going to get married again, and hopefully he won't produce another Hodor. No, I would love to have one. I just feel a little bit for him. Then we've got Lord Oswin, our Chancellor. He's from a land very far away from the mainland. However, he's fairly talented too. He's got 16 diplomacy. He's patient, generous, gregarious. He's going to focus on foreign affairs. For the Castellan, he's overseeing my realm. +2 to our martial and more martial lifestyle experience. In fact, that's what we're going to focus on. Vayan Poole. Little does your wife know she's meant to have 5 daughters. I feel for her. He's only 24 right now, and a stewardship of 17. he's going to collect taxes. Normally, I would focus on development, but over in Winterfell, that would take 17 years to even get 1 point up, so I'm not going to do that right now. Roderick, my master at arms, only a marshal of 9, which is not great, and normally I would try to pick out the best people possible. However, we've got to consider our relationships. There would be no other reason for me to get rid of him other than saying, hey, you're not the best and I would like someone better. However, we don't need to anger him at all. He's got quite a bit of power over here in the reals of House Risewell, so we'll leave him alone for right now. It kills me because, again, normally I pick the best person possible, but whenever you're trying to oversee a realm and you're trying to play a character, it's not always about that. Sometimes it's just about what position you have or who you know or whatever else. And here we've got Lord Wyman, the portly fellow. He's going to be quite loyal. We definitely want him on our side. The Lord of White Harbor. I mean, we've got a proper city right over here where they're able to make us a lot of money. And thankfully, he is very loyal. We want him to be a counterweight to hopefully Roose Bolton, who's right by him. And I'm sure Roose Bolton will go after some neighboring vassals. We'll have to watch out for him. We can never trust him. We all know that right now. And after that, we've got Lord Roose, my admiral for whatever reason. I'll keep him there. He's not rather fond of me because he wants to be, but he's got enough positions here, enough power to where he feels respected. And finally, we've got Brenda, who's 55 years old. She'll die in time. I'll let her keep her position for right now. If we have a look at what Roose is doing, scatter fleets, okay, supply duration goes up and so on and so on. Protect trade, we'll do that instead, which will factor in his stewardship. Okay, good to know. Convert faith? No, we don't need to do that. We don't need to worry about other people's religion. Also, I wouldn't be able to convert them anyway, so we're just going to leave it alone right now. And I would like to disrupt any schemes if possible. Finding secrets, we'll need to focus on that later on, but that's our council. If we have a look over here again at our military, we've got over 21,000 levies. I've got plenty of bannermen. Roderick, Jorah, Howland, Roderick of the Rills, Hodor, Benjen too, Hugo of Holdwater, Torrin of Pinesend, Brandon of Stoutfast, and Torgon of Breakstone Hill. Well, I shouldn't forget about Lord Galbert of the Wolfswood. So we've got plenty of people all over the map who are very loyal to us and who are very proficient at fighting. That should help us out quite a bit, especially Lord Jorah, who's only 29 years old. The coronation of the king. Lords and nobles from across Westeros have gathered in King's Landing to bear witness to the realm's new king. The High Septon anoints Robert with the 7 oils, places a crown upon his head, and announces, "In the light of the 7, I now proclaim Robert of House Baratheon, King of the Andals, the Rhoynar, and the First Men, Lord of the 7 Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm. Long may he reign." The packed throne room erupts in cheers and applaud for their new king. Long may he reign. Yeah, nothing bad will happen to him. He'll be a great king, I'm sure. Oh boy, I have doubts. Let's have a look over here. Here's my Maester, Luwin. We've got my Captain of the Household Guard, Porther. Chell, too, as my Septon. After that, for my Septa, we've got Mordain, 38 years old, quite educated. That's quite nice. Roderick, of course, he's going to be my Master at Arms. Who else? Micken for my Court Smith. And we've got a Master of the Horse, too, Poland. Ah, there we go. My new position, Marshal. Marshal of the Iron Throne. Don't make me come down to the capital. I never want to do that, but let's come over here to the council and have a look. There it is, a cheaper army, a larger levy size, more martial experience, and more prowess too. That's all really good. Wait, hold on now. Someone is trying to kill Robb. I don't know who it is, but we can't abide by that. Well, thank you, Wyman, for letting us know. I mean, I always have one person at the top of my list. It's always going to be Roose Bolton, but you never know. A very important squire. After inheriting my title and lands, it is clear that I can no longer remain a squire. In order to meet the demands of social pressure, I should look into becoming a knight as soon as possible. You know what? Roderick, make me a knight. I don't have time for my anime training arc. Did it work out? It did. Haha, there we go. So now we've got a few more benefits conferred upon us. That's very nice to have. And hopefully whoever's trying to kill my son will stop. Though I do want to find out who that was, because if they're going to do that to my own child, what else are they willing to do? I don't really know. And right now, we don't have a lot of money, because we're spending all of our money on hoes. For farmland, right over here, see? Right over in Whitegate. And we'll keep on doing that, because we need to invest in our lands for the future. We're very young, so we might as well do that for our people. We've got so much power, and it's not all about war, not here, not now. I mean, provided there's no other rebellion or civil war. Or maybe, who knows, the islanders over here, the saltmen, they might rise up. That's a possibility too, but hopefully not. Now, who's going to educate the kids? Jon Snow, you need a good teacher. Oh, one day we might even expose his true parentage. I won't be able to do that yet. Who is an adult? Yeah, so I can't do that. Maybe one day we'll let everyone know. But as of right now, who's going to teach you, kiddo? Lewin, the maester. I think so, it's a good idea. Robb as well. You've already got him as an educator. Don't worry, the kids are going to be educated. We're going to oversee their lives quite well, I think. Who wants a vassal position? Rickard. I mean, that's understandable. That's family, so I do get that. Then Galbert over here, you want one as well. I don't have room for you at the moment. I wonder, could I actually make it over to a hunt? 4 days. Okay, I could do that. Lord Hugo's hunt. The big bucket. Oh yeah, he's full of something. All right, let's go over there then. We'll do that. My caravan master is going to be Roderick. I mean, he does everything. No matter where you look, he's right there. You just see mutton chops in various roles. Okay, after that, let's have a look around. We need to decrease a bit of danger. Some mercenary guards, that would be a good way to do it. We've got a mountaineer. That would also be very good. All right, and also mercenary guards, because we're not here to die. That would be foolish. There goes a bit of my money, but that should do it. Let's go join in, and we'll be there in time. Hopefully, we'll get some good stuff going on. Our good buddy is away, so I think what we're going to do, we'll try to befriend someone. Why not Brandon? He's a vassal of mine, 57 years old. Well, he's a bit older, too. He might not always be here. We could choose someone else like Rickard. I can't give you a position, but I could give you friendship. We'll do that instead. Our chance to actually complete our hunt, it's not great. I mean, I would love to be able to pick one up, but it's probably not going to happen right now. Ooh, Old God's Fervor. That has gone up too. Let's have a look over here real quick. Let's see. Waiting for word from the Centhounds. The party rests in a shaded copse. Rickard stands not far off. This is my chance to impress him. Lord Rickard, how are you? It's not often we get a chance to talk, I open informally. Yeah, there's nothing better than a good hunt, right? I agree. All right, our chance goes up by just a bit. And Barbary, hold on. Barbary? You're plotting against my son? You're kidding me. Let the traitor be known to all. Or instead, I'm gonna have to. I've got to. She's going to jail. Maybe she's angry because she did lose her husband. It wasn't too long ago. She's widowed. I mean, that's understandable. But what are we gonna do with her? We'll have to think of a punishment. We could do this, but it would stress us out. And that would be a lot. Though you know Ned would be willing to, of course, do it if he had to. However, he didn't actually murder the child. All right, Hugo, you'll try to actually get that wolf. We've got a bit of a brawl going on. Oh, Lord Howland, there he is. All right, let's see. Lord Hugo, you're taking aim. And you did it, you actually got him. Hey, good job. Well, the hunt is over. Wolf fangs, very nice. And also a hunter trait that we're getting experience on. So now we've got a new trait again. We're gonna head back home. It was a very brief event. It was meant to be. A ransom, huh? Okay. All I know is that you took part in a plot. I wish I had ways to find out who else it was. I could also try to maybe banish her. But unfortunately, that wouldn't be sufficient. I would gain tyranny. That's one thing that we can't do. We can't gain tyranny. So for now, I'll take the money. I'll invest it for something good. But we're going to have to watch out for her. I can't believe I have to say that, but we are going to have to. For intrigue. Let's see, my courtier is fiddling around with what, flowers? All right. And it's not a secret that my heart has found a new home, far from home. Okay, so you're aching for a woman. You want to stay with her. Yeah, go on, I don't care. Who are you? I don't know you. And we've got, let's see, some person who wants to give me a reading. I'm not interested. Get out of here. Instead, what I want... Oh, the metal man. We've got someone who's stuck in some armor. Yeah, we'll do that. Are you any good at fighting? Not really. I'm not going to leave him to his fate, but I guess you'll have to join me then. More diplomacy for me. Visited the capital of the 7 Kingdoms of the Iron Throne. Arrival. All right then. I'll take it. I won't say no. more martial lifestyle experience too. And after that, we don't need a loan, we don't need anything. Instead, we're just gonna look over here and we're gonna pick up another economic building because that's what we're about today. We're all about that money unconditionally. Let's see, my son Robb is now here, hugging my leg. Oh, he's adorable. Oh, what a good kid. Nothing bad will ever happen to you, I'm sure of it. All right, Prairie Farms, we'll take that, 0.3 per month, which is not a lot, but it will add up. So now we're back down on our funds, but that's okay. The year, 285. I can't believe it. It's actually happened. I have no way of knowing right now who did it. Robb has been murdered. I had so many hopes for you, my sweetest child. All the things you would learn, experience, and do. There were so many possibilities, a whole life to live. Maybe you would have had children of your own one day. But now, none of those things will ever come to be. Rest in peace, little Robb. And now he's gone. Mercy for the mercenaries? No. Get rid of them right now. We'll expunge them all. Every single one of them. Give me more of my martial lifestyle experience. And now we need to figure out who did that. I have only Jon Snow. That's it, no other child. In fact, if anything, I feel like right now, what should happen, Ned should fall in love with Caitlyn. They've got trauma in their lives. And right now, we're going to impress her by winning a sparring match. Let's do that. It won't take too long for her to be able to pull that off, I think. And I would like to, of course, investigate in only one area. Right over to the east, the Dreadfort. We can't trust him. We've got to watch him. Roose Bolton. If you have had anything to do with that, we'll go after you for sure. Who's in my court right now? Poor manners. Someone's belching. Well, you know what? Brenda is a woman of the old gods. We'll treat her as such. She's old. She won't always be here, okay? Let her do what she wants for a bit. I'm not really worried about that. And maybe it is time for me to focus on my training arc. We're only, what, 22? We'll train for a tournament. 150 prestige. Sure. And then you turn to the right, Lord Roderick yells, while dealing a powerful blow to my sword that makes me take a couple of steps back. Time to train. My prowess went up by 1, putting me at what? Over 30, wow. Of course we do have ice, adding 9 to our prowess. Our illustrious weapon. What a fine blade to use. We'll need a proper heir to one day, of course, wield it. We don't have Robb now. I can't believe it though. Only 2 years old. What a tragedy. But we have no choice but to wait for news about Roose Bolton. And, dear God, Maester Galadon, have you had all the hams? Yeah, I believe you have. That is one well-fed maester. We'll have a conversation about something, I'm sure. Maester Galadon is leaving, but you weren't here for too long. I don't have a lot of food for you, so that might be why. We've gained well-known dynasty. He's speaking well of us to other people, so we gain more piety, prestige, and general opinion. Well, that's very, very good. And I wonder, what about my courtship of my wife, Lady Caitlyn? What if someone else was courting her? That would be terrible. Oh, I could send her to the Silent Sisterhood. I'm not going to do that, but that's truly terrible. I could give her a cat. You know what? You get a dog. Hopefully she loves it. She does. Okay, that's great news. And unfortunately, there's a blizzard. Winter is coming. The snow has fallen constantly since the hour of the wolf, but I will not let my people suffer. It's a lot of money, 50 gold. We only have 52 right now. We gain 50 piety, 75 prestige, and we still do gain a penalty for 5 years, but they love me for it because I'm trying to help out. I'm doing my best right now. Let's have a look at that. 130 for popular opinion. I mean, Ed, he's loved over here in Winterfell. We've got, let's see, a special building, Winterfell itself. We've got a crypt of Winterfell too, helping out so very much. And hold on, you found nothing over there? Whoa, wait, look. He's saying over here, I still believe there's something going on in the shadows. You need more time. Yeah, do that then. Unfortunately, he's not feeling well. He's ill. I don't trust it. And you know what? I think once we have more money, we'll go visit maybe Robert, who's also not feeling well, or Lord John. They're our close friends. If you've got tragedy, you need to seek out your friends. They're meant to be there for you. Because back at home, we don't know who we're able to trust right now. Thankfully, we do have many who are loyal. I mean, Medjur of King's Course, unfortunately, in the novel, he would die of his wounds. But here, we won't let that happen. Barbary, I'm still watching you. I still don't know why you did what you did or tried to do what may have happened. Well, on your watch, rather. And then we've got Lord Howland, who I could also go visit. Now, that wouldn't cost me nearly as much, but he's still very far away, and he's also traveling. That's how so many people die. They travel so much. Though we are married, we're still not lovers, not yet. Lady Caitlin, let me prove my devotion to you in any way you deem fit. Interesting. She doesn't want me to eat food. She wants me to just starve. Okay, I feel like our relationship is a bit toxic. That's a bit much. You know what? I'll do it for you. It did work out, which is great, but I don't like that. Don't test me like that. And what's over here? A wildling raiding party. Okay, we've been tracking them. And now they're in a tower. My court grandeur has gone down. I'll fix that problem later. And we're here to attack. Let's go in. We wait until the sun creates a disadvantage for their archers. Then we charge the tower. And we're gonna kill who? Red Bear Tringy. I'm not gonna die, you're going to die. And so, he has. That gave me 350 more prestige. I might be poor, but I am rather prestigious. An embarrassing odor, oh dear. I've secured an invitation to a feast in Winterfell. And a seat close to Caitlin. I would hope so! She's my wife! Anyway, we're not having a great time having a conversation. And it looks like many people believe that Caitlin let out, you know, a rather odorous bomb. But Ed's gonna do it. He's gonna take credit for it. He'll say, yes, it was me, and it was a powerful one. The farts are coming, just like winter. Done. Oh, she wasn't the one who did it. Okay, well now I feel foolish. Damn it all. Well, I thought maybe, see, we've got a few situations that a normal character wouldn't really contend with, and hold on, wait, we have a daughter? You were pregnant? I didn't know that. Oh, Sansa, look at that. She's here now. Beautiful, fashionable even, arrogant, content, and trusting. Already, she just came out of the womb with a mirror in her hand. Dear God. Okay, so now I know we are gonna have our kids. That's really cool. I like that a lot. So now we have a daughter. And she's my heir. Oh, dear God. Would we do well with her as a leader? I don't know. We'll see. And over here, what else do I want? Siege progress against revolts? Stalwart leader? More prowess from me? Absolutely, that's what we need right now. We've been appointed Warden of the North. Well, that tracks too. Thank you, my dear friend. I'm glad you're doing well. And the wild hunt. So Caitlin would like to go on a hunt. Well, very well. I'll come join her. And there we are. I don't need to petition for anything right now. I can't really think of anything that I currently need. And within what must have been a minute, but felt like an hour, I reach a clearing. Caitlin is on the ground before me, disheveled and weaponless. Opposite her, and just about to strike, stands a huge stag. Well, here we go. I took out that stag, and now she's my soulmate. We gain more prestige. She's my lover, all is well. We have trust together. And a daughter, which is great news. I mean, she's not happy about Jon Snow, but that's all right. We're still waiting to see what traits might really crop up from him. I don't know yet. And we're not going to fight any wars, not yet. Wait, hold on. There it is. There it is. I knew it. Look who killed Robb Stark, Roose Bolton. Not only cruel and heartless, but dishonorable as well. So, what do we do with you, Roose Bolton? We're gonna figure that out. There could be war, we shall see. I don't need to blackmail him. Why would I do that? No. Everyone's gonna know what he did. We're going to expose it right away. He's a killer of children. That's what he is. And now everyone knows. After that, he's got to be imprisoned. However, it's not gonna work out. He's a known criminal. He's going to decline my request for him to go to prison. And so, unfortunately, we must go to war. There is no other choice to make right now. He's going to rise up, and we will have to crush him. Absolutely. It's about to come about. There it is right now. Huh. Look at that. 12,328 soldiers on his side. He's got 2 allies, Roderick of the Rills, and also Barbary as well. Barbary, I'll keep an eye out for you too. I need to know about everyone who is in on that plot. Rally the troops, let's get everyone together. We go to war. We now fight the Boltons. Before we rally up, let's call upon Lord John. It's time for that. Look who's no longer gonna be our admiral. Of course I want him gone. Who's gonna take up a new position? Lewin, you could do it. But instead, it's gotta be someone who wants to be on the council. Remember, we're not only choosing people who are quite talented at a specific role, it's got to be people who we have relationships with too. That makes it a bit more difficult. So here we've got Lord Galbert. He's a vassal of mine. It could be him. He's of House Glover, and he needs a good position. So it's going to be him right now. We have a new admiral, and we're going to call upon people to help us fight. We've got to. Perfect. War against the tyranny of Lord Eddard. Tyranny? Excuse me? Ha! You've got to be out of your gourd. Not tyranny, justice. Here he comes, our father-in-law, Lord Paramount Hofster of the Riverlands. There it is. Very good. We've also got Lord John, too. You're outnumbered, Flayer. We're not going to allow you to exist anymore. We'll wait for him to get closer, give it a bid. We only have so much money, so we've got to be wise. Also, we're waiting for our allies to get here, too. There's no reason to have a long war. Wait, hold on. Wyman died. Oh, no. Ripped to shreds by a bear. Can you believe it? He was actually relatively young. He was quite talented too. We've lost another great character. What a year for us. I really don't like what's happening right now. Wyman is gone. Goodbye, House Manderly, for the moment. Who do we get to hire as our new spy master? Lord Brandon, it could be you. You don't have a position. You're only 25. You are fairly talented. Who else do we have, really? I suppose it's got to be you. Now, that is a very important position, so we do need someone who's very good at it. And he's one elusive shadow, too. Well, Brandon, come on down. You're in my court now, my council now. Ugh. Well, we don't have a choice. They're here. Let's rally up our soldiers right away. Our commander? Andrew, sure. They're getting closer. Well, they wanted to initially, but no longer. Let's go in right now. We've got a decent army. We've got so many on our side who could help us beat them. Let's see here. We don't want to go over a river crossing. What a bad idea that would be. We'll cross. I mean, I could beat them, sure, but I would rather be wise. So we're going to follow. We'll go after them. It'll take a moment to reach them, but we'll get to them. Or are they going to wait? They're going to wait. Okay, well, they've got some buildings to use. A battle of the Pale. 20 good men. He was maimed. Ha ha ha. We got them. Now he's only 19 and a half good men. All right. Wait, who died? Porther died. Well, there goes my captain. He's gone too. Killed in a duel. So much has happened in a short span of time. Think about how many people have died. We've only just begun. It is truly a Game of Thrones already. Thankfully, though, it looks like we're getting closer. So Belden Senshire, you're one of his better warriors. No wonder you took out my captain. Well, that's all right. We're going to have justice whether or not you're around. Don't worry about it. My allies aren't here yet, it seems like. And 20 good men? No men at all. They've died. Only 18 years old. The Battle of the Pale, and we have won. You'll trouble us no longer. Now that you're gone, we're going to have to follow them. Of course. Actually, hold on. Could I dive in? No, I'm going to take my time. I'll besiege, then we'll move over. It'll take how long? Okay, 8 months total. Look who's come to visit. Lord Wylis. Naturally, come in. I'll receive you. Your father should not have died so young. Serve me well. More prestige, and so the war goes on. Hopefully, he'll be able to live for a long, long time. I don't want the Manderlys to be weak, and currently we are besieging. My brother is knighted. Well, very good, Benjen. Not that it's really appropriate for where we're at, but again, we'll take any advantage we're able to pick up. If we learn the skills of a knight, so be it. There we go. We've got allies moving in. The Riverlands, we're gonna have the Vale, everyone charging in to attack Roose Bolton. What's over here now? You have yet to uncover any secrets. Very well. You do know best. Come back, Lord Brandon. And it won't take me too long to take over a few areas. We're going to wait for them. It looks like right now, Bolton is having to flee. He's not going to be able to get very far. They're going to get him, and there it is. Over 20,000 men, or they had over 20,000 men. Armored horsemen, crossbowmen. They're winning. They won quickly. Now the Boltons will have to leave, and I'll be able to move on. Look who's down over here, Lord John. Lord John came to visit. We'll have to go visit him very soon. That's one thing that we'll do. Whenever we have someone that we know, and they lose someone or something great happens, we'll go say hello. It's expensive, it takes a long time, but we'll do our best. And for now, we'll continue our war. We'll break down the Boltons. I can't really go after the Dreadfort. No, look at that fort level, 23. That would take me over 10 years to take. I would need so much more if I want to take that over. Well, all right, Lord John. He's back at it. Yeah, I do appreciate that. And that's going to help me a lot. Their army's been wiped out. And it looks like maybe in one more siege that we win, we'll have ended our war. Then Roose Bolton will be brought to me in chains. That's even better. Only a few more days to go. We don't need to go up in speed. We just need to sit here for only a moment. It's over. We've done it. That's why I wanted to bring in allies to end that war quickly. That way we don't have to worry about bloodshed lasting for several years. All right, a year-long war, and it is over. What am I gonna do with you, Roose Bolton? I think you know. That's why you're mourning right now. What about, not Domeric, I'm not worried about him. Ramsay Snow. Oh dear God. He's got cancer. Okay, I won't have to worry about him anymore. That takes care of that problem. Of course, we'll watch him, but he's only 8, and he's not going to be here for much longer. We also caught another guy, Lord Jarrett. Well, Lord Jarrett, I could let you go. That's true. But you would have to become my executioner. So now you have a new position. Come on out. After that, Roose Bolton, you don't get to go home. In fact, Ned is going to behead you personally, and he might be loath to admit it. There is going to be some pleasure. Goodbye, Roose. And he's dead. He's been executed. No one is going to mourn his passing. Bethany, I feel like I saved you. You're going to have a better life. Now your child, Domeric, is going to be in charge one day. We'll watch over him. That is one major antagonist gone. He killed my child, and I had him executed. In fact, I did it myself. Oh, and hold on, I did forget. I need to put up a few of my artifacts. We actually have some. Usually I'm pretty good about not forgetting that. But that's okay, it's a nice little surprise, a nice little bonus. I can't get over how big he is. Hodor's father, you're a unit. A throne of winter. There we go, more prestige, renown. So many good benefits added. And above us, we're gonna add our banner. It's gotta be our banner. And it's so iconic too. When you see that banner, you know what it is. One over here. Now we've got 2 up. Look at that prestige gain. 11.9, 7.9 for piety, 2.5 for renown. And over here, 7 gold per month. For the moment, that might go down in time. I'm not gonna raise up my grandeur, not yet. That would be a lot of money. It'll go up over time, so don't worry about that. We're a bit more simple up north. We're not like those over, well, anywhere down south. Well, that's some bad news. Lord Paramount Hoster died, only 48 years old. He ate some poisonous plants by mistake, which means there's a new ruler, a fellow Ed. We need to ally, we've got to. It's very important that we are allied. Otherwise, we lose a lot of power. I mean, think about it. Our block of power, the north up here, the Vale, the Riverlands, who would be able to stop us? Not too many, I believe. Tywin, you're fighting a war. A war of revenge. Yeah, that sounds about right for your lands. Oh, Jaime died. Okay, he was killed accidentally in a tournament. Which means Tyrion's gonna be your heir. I bet you're unhappy about that. Oh, hold on. I want to have a look at my brother. He got married. Lady Elsera Snow. She's a bastard of Gregor Forrester. She's meant to know some blood magic. That's interesting. So our houses are now tied together. What's going on? Robert, you're quite talented. Well, very good. The immense tactical acumen contained within his mind would put the finest commanders in the world to shame. Is that true? All right, yeah, teach me, I suppose. Oh, he gave up. I didn't do a good job. My bad. Well, maybe he's a bad teacher. I don't know. I knew winter was coming, but that's a bit premature. Winter has come early. My liege, my liege. The sour-faced farmer standing before me says, these summer snowstorms have decimated my crop. There's no chance I will ever recover, especially with the harvest soon. I know not what I will do if I cannot provide for my family this season. I will provide compensation for you. Of course I'll do that. I'm not going to punish them. They need aid, I've got money. Also, I wonder who might become the preeminent power beyond the wall. That's what we're going to watch out for. Then, oh, I would not like that. That would be a very harsh ruler to combat. Though we could do it, and I think in time I might visit Lord Roderick of the Rills, and also Barbary. I know she's not a fan of me, not anymore, but she needs to be reminded of who we are and what we're doing. The year is 289. Look who's here now. Lady Arya. Already full of wrath, brave, and a bit arrogant too. Well, that tracks for us. There's a lot of pride involved. The year is 290. And look who is going to war. The late Lord Walder Frey of the Crossing. 82 years old. The only lord who could field an army from his breeches. 30 children. That's ridiculous. And he's allied to who? Lord Walter of Harrenhal. Ah, Arryn the Black built your castle over 300 years ago, and here you are, being infirm and foolish. That sounds about right. Edmund Tully, you're only 17 years old. We've got to help him. He came to our aid. Now we need to come to his aid. It's going to be a major battle for sure. But we need to honor our treaty, which means we now march. I wonder, how many soldiers do all of you have? Oh, that's quite a bit. We are heavily outnumbered. It's going to be a very long war. Hopefully we'll be able to win. It could take many years, in fact. But we don't want to let them down. We'll see what we're able to do. By the way, we have another new child, Bran, who is now my new heir. Hopefully he'll do well. He's arrogant, honorable, and also brave. I was trying to rally my men together, and look who's come to fight me. We got Lord Jason of Cape of Eagles, 38 years old. Hopefully he's not going to be able to win. We're about to see in just a moment, I suppose. Wait, hold on. Look at that. He died. He lost it all in a very short span of time. Well, that was a great victory for us. We lost only 39 men. They lost a lot more. We only used levies too. That was even better. What a way to lose it all. All right. One traitor dead. We've already won a great victory. You lost, what, how many soldiers? All of them. Not a single survivor at all. Why don't we go visit the twins? They'll have plenty of soldiers. We'll take out the capital of a major enemy. I would like to chase him down. Thankfully, I'll be able to do that. Yeah, try to get away. I'll get to you. There's only so many different areas you could run off to. You won't be late today, Walder Frey. And we've made it into the Battle of Tinder Spring. We're fighting only what? 6 knights total. We've got how many Freys here? Quite a few. Walder of the Crossing, Jamos Frey, and so on and so on. But we are winning. They're heavily outnumbered. We've got our Winter Wolves, and of course, many great captains too. Another army defeated. We could chase after what's left, but again, we're going to besiege the twins. Let's have a look. We lost only 370. They lost what? 1,724. Over 200 prestige gained. Oh, Jamos, you died. What a shame, but not for me. How many children have died of yours? Only one. Very surprising. Well, that mustache is quite criminal. He deserved it. Thankfully, to pay for our army, it's not very expensive. Partially because of a very unique position we have in the Seven Kingdoms. Let's come over here. And Robert, dear God, you're gaining weight so quickly. Yeah, I've got what's called a march, which means my army's even cheaper. I'm also a marshal. Great news for us. Oh, and what's over here? We've got a potential to become one herbalist. That would be great. It failed, but I did learn a lot. Unfortunately, we can't actually wait over here in the twins. It would take me 8 years to take it over. That's why we'll probably just besiege what's close to our border, and we'll do that. We could try to dive down and attack more of them, but I'm sure they might unify later on. Thankfully, John has also joined in. We've got the Vale, a part of the Riverlands, and all the Starks up north. We're all fighting together. And what now? While studying the histories of Westeros, I come across the story of King of the North Theon, the Hungry Wolf Stark. King Theon, along with the Boltons, turned the Andals at the Battle of the Weeping Water. Okay. What are we going to focus on? I could gain a new trade. Well, that's great news. Military engineer. I would like that. He brought that fight to the Andalos. We'll take that. When I take command one day, I want to be able to besiege quickly. I mean, look at the twins. That would take too long for us to actually take it over. That's a major battle at River Run. I've been luring our enemies up north. I haven't been able to get down south, not yet. But at the very least, they don't know what to do. They've got Stark up north, and while we lure them over, our allies get to retake some lands. As long as they do not lose River Run, we might be able to win. It really depends. And I've also got some siege engines too that I'm going to bring in just a moment. That's going to help out a lot. Okay, we'll pop them up right over here. A new hobby. My best friend King Robert approaches me with a big smile on his face. My dearest friend, we finally see each other. I feel like we never spent any quality time together. He wants me to become a drunkard like him. Okay, Robert, we're buddies, but I can't do that, okay? I'm going to focus on work, which will cause me to gain more stress, but that's alright. I don't want to become rather rotund like Robert. That isn't for me. It looks like our plan did work out. Their armies came back up north, and while again they were trying to pursue Ned Stark, they were able to lose even more territories down south. We'll take that Frey. We're gonna watch him for a bit. Hopefully he'll lose everything, that's my dream. Disband all. We've got a stronger army. It's only 292, we're only 29. I mean, Ned is fresh from a major rebellion. He knows how to fight. Also, it looks like the Wall, or the Night's Watch, they had a battle, a war of some sort. Struggle beyond the Wall. Now that's a very interesting use of the struggle mechanic. That's very cool. One day we'll have to play up here. Oh, look at them, they're growing. I wonder who's going to become the king beyond the Wall. We'll see later. Hopefully we'll be able to beat them. Now that's quite the title. My soulmate. Have you heard what they call you? My soulmate Caitlin says to me while running a hand through her hair. They call you Lord Eddard, the Fair Wolf. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, I'm not feeling well either. Well, don't worry, I should be okay. I'm very young. I'll be alright. I've got a maester on my side. And as of right now, there are no further wars to worry about outside of what's happening beyond the Wall, but we've got peace for a bit, which means I'm just going to allow my lands to exist. I don't need to cause problems. We've got many loyal vassals. The Boltons are done for. Well, the bad Boltons, which are pretty much all of them, but Domric should be fine. I don't know what you're doing, Robert. Maybe you've had a few too many cold ones, huh? We're no longer the master-at-arms of the Iron Throne. Well then, who did you replace me with? Lord Tywin. Of course. I wonder what he whispered into your ears. I have no idea. And Robert, you've got the pox. I mean, we knew about that. We always knew. It was only about time. What about you, Cersei? You've got it as well. Hey, you two actually did it. Who knew? So, here's where we need to really decide where we want to go from here. The year is 293. Eddard is only 30 years old. Jon Snow, 9 years old at the moment. Sansa, 7. Arya, 4. And Bran, 3. We need to really consider who we should marry the children off to. It would have to track, it would have to make sense for us to do that, and I would love to hear all of your input in character about who that should be. Because we have so many different ways on how we could lead our campaign. We've come very far, we've been able to build out the north, we fought a war, we beat the Freys, and it looks like so far we're going to be doing quite well. Who knows what might happen in the future. Tywin, he did lose Jaime, killed in a tournament. He's got another dwarf for his son, a beautiful one. Jocelyn Hill. That's interesting. Tyrion is his heir. For the Reach? Wait, hold on. Look who died. Mace the Handsome. Oh, really? You think so? I would call him Pugsley, but sure. He had gout. He was wounded. Yeah, he died from gout. That's really tragic. So now there's Wylis. 16 years old. He's a leader of the Reach. For Dorne, we've got Doran, 45 years old. They're also doing quite well, the Stormlands. Renly, who is also married. Hey, look at that. No children yet, of course. What about Stannis? He's not really doing too much, not yet. 29 years old, unmarried. Jon, 74 years old, still very much alive. Hopefully he'll be here for many years yet. And Ed. Other Ed. Uh-oh, hold on. A sodomite. A fornicator. What have you been doing? And with who? I need to know. Oh, look at that. His child popped up. Maybe a bit too soon, huh? Sabrina, 15 years old. He's only 20. Uh-oh, hold on. I don't want to think about that. Never mind. We're going to ignore that. But he's got a child too. All right. Beyond the Wall, again, we'll have to worry about them in the future. That struggle, whoever wins, that could cause issues for us. So we'll see how that plays out in the future. But for right now, everyone, thank you for watching. Make sure that you do leave a like right down below and a comment too. And as always, until then.